What would happen if we all just vanished? If you and I and everyone we've ever known or not known just popped out of existence? Let's not concern ourselves with how exactly that would happen. There's far more interesting topics to explore. What would happen for the rest of life on Earth without any human influence? What would happen to the Earth itself? How quickly would nature take back the planet? Would there be any trace of us left at all? My name is Danny Berg, and what if humans disappeared? Almost instantly, domesticated animals would face difficult situations. Dogs, cats, and other pets that were locked indoors when their owners vanished would die without access to water and food. The cats that escaped would need to become feral to survive, and the dogs would form roaming packs like their wolf ancestors did. Similar things would occur in zoos around the world. Some animals that escape would thrive. Carnivores would hunt on the prey around them. Herbivores would graze on whatever they could find. Some species would be perfectly adapted to their new environments. Others would quickly die, unable to find food they eat in their native homes. During this first week of no humans, the world would get a lot darker. Most lights powered by fossil fuel power stations would flicker and die, with nobody to provide the stations with new fuel. Nuclear reactors would shut down into safety mode in a few days once they detect that no power is being drawn from them. However, when the water in their cooling tanks evaporates, it will likely go into meltdown, spreading radiation to the surrounding areas. Power plants that use natural energy, such as the Hoover Dam, will continue for longer. They require no fuel or human intervention. The water will still flow there without us, providing power and light for potentially years if there are no malfunctions. Farm animals such as cattle, sheep, and pigs would try and break free to find sources of food. There are roughly 1.4 billion cows in the world right now. Many of them would die of starvation. Others would fall to predators without humans to protect them. The natural order of things would continue to be restored over the next year. Grass and trees would begin to crack apart the empty towns and cities. As nature, both animal and plant life, continues to creep across the land, one reminder of humans could be seen in the sky. There are currently over 2,000 satellites orbiting the planet. After a few years without humans to monitor their trajectory, they will begin to spiral towards Earth and break apart in the atmosphere, resembling shooting stars in the night sky. After 25 years, forests and jungles will have started to make cities look more like ancient ruins. Cities built in deserts like Dubai and Las Vegas would be completely buried in mountains of sand. After a few hundred years, the rusting steel in buildings, bridges, and towers will start to break and fall apart, soon to be swallowed up by the plant life below. The animals roaming this new urban jungle will be too young to have ever known a single human. They'll just be living in the shells of our buildings. Low-lying cities such as London and Amsterdam will have flooded, with nobody to maintain and monitor the flood defenses there. Many animals that were in danger because of humans are now returning to healthy numbers. Others that needed our protection are suffering, and the pests that plagued our homes and buildings have had to adapt to a life without their human hosts. Within 100 years, most cities will be unrecognizable. Famous buildings and skyscrapers will most likely have collapsed. Animals will flock to natural lakes formed by water collecting in cities and on the roads, furthering nature's domination. The buildings that will remain almost unchanged at this point are often some of our most ancient, such as the pyramids or the Sphinx at Giza. But in 500 years, even these great stone monuments will be eroding away without humans to help maintain them. What hasn't been destroyed by floods, fires, or plant life will eventually be taken down by earthquakes, hurricanes, or some other force of nature. This process will continue until, in 10,000 years from now, there will be almost no traces of humanity on the surface of the Earth, only buried beneath plant life or dirt, snow, and sands. Animals will roam the planet freely, almost never coming into contact with a single human ruin. Some of them will be the descendants of escaped zoo animals that have now adapted to parts of the world they were never supposed to be in, such as lions roaming the American plains. Perhaps the only intact remnant of human civilization will be Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, the two space probes launched in 1977. They will continue to travel through space for hundreds of thousands or perhaps even millions of years. On the moon, the Apollo lunar modules from the moon landings will still remain as long as they have not been destroyed by asteroids. Perhaps these will be the last standing artifacts of humanity, and they won't even be on Earth. Back down here, the planet will have consumed everything we ever made. The world will keep turning, the sun will still come up, and life will continue as if we never existed at all. My name is Danny Berg. Thanks for watching Life's Biggest Questions. Let me know in the comments section what topic you want us to cover next, and I'll see you all in the next video.